Hello friends, I am Abhishek Dubey. I have done my BA Honours, MA English, LLB, LLM, and nowadays I am pursuing PhD in Law from Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gorakhpur University. Today I am here to cover some topics relating to the subject of constitutional law. I have decided to go on to coverage the unique aspects of Article 32 of Constitution of India, which is about right to constitutional remedies, संवैधानिक उपचार का मौलिक अधिकार इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं. हम इसको आज अध्ययन करने की कोशिश करेंगे. उसके पहले अनअकैडमी पे हम थोड़ी बात करना चाहेंगे. अनअकैडमी इज़ इंडियाज़ लार्जेस्ट ऑनलाइन टीचिंग प्लेटफॉर्म. इट्स इफेक्ट एंड इम्पैक्ट इज़ एविडेंस्ड बाई नंबर्स. हमारे स्क्रीन पे कुछ शेयरिंग्स हैं. 3.2 बिलियन प्लस मिनट्स अनअकैडमी के वीडियोस देखे गए हैं. 1 मिलियन प्लस वीडियोस लेसन्स अपलोडेड हैं एंड 14,000 प्लस एडुकेटर्स आर देयर टू टीच. द नंबर्स आर बिग and it is showing a big story. So to add something more in that story, I would like to touch upon some specific points relating to Unacademy. That is, first point is live classes. When we join some offline coaching institution or offline class of any kind, we have a teaching environment. In live classes, we get to see the same environment which we have in offline class. So it will be no compromise to attend online class if we are having online live sessions with Unacademy. So basically ये वही environment आपको provide करता है जिस environment में आप offline या आप उसको on campus बोलते हैं. On campus आप पढ़ाई करते हैं, live classes में उस on campus का ही दूसरा स्वरूप आपको मिलता है जिसमें आपको कैंपस न जाने की या उस इन्वायरमेंट के न होने की कमी कभी नहीं खलेगी. दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द स्पेसिफिक फीचर्स ऑफ द अनअकैडमी. नेक्स्ट, स्ट्रक्चर्ड कोर्सेज होते हैं अनअकैडमी के. स्ट्रक्चर्ड कोर्सेज आई मीन टू से इज़ द कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर विच इज़ बीइंग टॉट हियर is entirely based on and restricted to the syllabus given for the competitive examination concerned. आप जिस प्रतिस्पर्धीय परीक्षा की तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं उस परीक्षा का जो दिया गया सिलेबस होता है, जो पाठ्यक्रम होता है, बिल्कुल उस पर रेस्ट्रिक्टेड उस पाठ्यक्रम के से संबंधित जो भी विषय वस्तु होती है उसको स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में डिज़ाइन किया जाता है यहाँ पढ़ाने के लिए. और ये हमारे डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म की वजह से ही पॉसिबल हो पाता है कि हम उसमें जब ज़रूरत होती है चेंजेस कर पाते हैं. आवश्यक जो परिवर्तन है वो जल्दी उसमें किए जा सकते हैं. ये एक बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज है. और आज के कॉम्पिटिटिव टाइम में ये बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज इसलिए है कि हर कॉम्पिटिशन एग्ज़ाम में लिमिटेड सीट्स है और इनन्यूमरेबल पार्टिसिपेंट्स. तो आपको उस सिलेबस पे जितना मैक्सिमम वर्कआउट हो सकता है वो करना पड़ेगा so as to achieve the higher marks and ranks. So अनअकैडमी का ये प्लेटफॉर्म जो है इस मामले में बहुत ही ज़्यादा मददगार साबित होगा. नेक्स्ट जो फीचर है अनअकैडमी का वो ये है कि एक्सेस है इसका अनलिमिटेड. दैट आई मीन टू से इज़ दैट द पार्टिसिपेंट कैन ज्वाइन द प्रोग्राम इन ए लाइव क्लास as well as can have access of recorded versions. इस विषय वस्तु का सबसे बड़ा जो फ़ायदा है एक पार्टिसिपेंट को वो ये है कि आप कभी एक लाइव क्लास अटेंड करते हैं तो हो सकता है कि आपकी रिटेंशन पावर उतनी ना हो कि आप सब्जेक्ट जितना पढ़ाया गया वो पूरा कवरेज रिटेन कर पाएँ. तो आप उसी सिलेबस को जब बार बार देखते हैं, आपके पास रिकॉर्डेड वर्जन बार बार देखने का ऑप्शन होता है, तो आप उसको अपनी रिटेंशन पावर को भी इंक्रीज़ कर सकते हैं. आप इम्पैक्ट जो है उस कंटेंट का ज़्यादा आएगा. ये कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस के लिए बहुत बेहतर है. ये अनअकैडमी की जो है बहुत बड़ी बात है. इन सभी 3 एस्पेक्ट्स पे अनअकैडमी एक बहुत बेहतर एग्जाम्पल साबित हो रहा है. और इसके बाद हम आना चाहेंगे अपने टॉपिक पे. द टॉपिक इज right to constitutional remedies, but it is to mention here that I am not going to cover the detailed aspect of Article 32 or right to constitutional remedies, or even I am not going to cover the regular aspects of Article 32 or right to constitutional remedy. Rather, I am going to cover the unique aspects of Article 32 or right to constitutional remedies. What I mean to say, the unique aspects is that which we do not cover generally, because I was seeing the BPSC Judicial Service Examination mains question paper. There was a question relating to Article 32. In that examination there will be n number of candidates, or you can say there will be higher number of candidates. You have to secure the higher possible merit so as to be selected for the next stage or the final selection. In that, every candidate or most of the candidates will have coverage on Article 32 specifically. They will write extensively. They will have the same case laws that you are using. They will have the same quotations and notations what you are using, because that is common, that has been commonly taught in the classrooms and the coaching institutes. So there will be a question that are participants going to get the same marks? Absolutely no. All participants will have different marks, but all participants have been taught, or they must have referred similar material on Article 32. So these unique aspects of Article 32 is going to help you, that how will you be able to differentiate your answers from others. जो स्क्रीन पे आप देख रहे हैं ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया के आर्टिकल 32 का बेयर प्रोविज़न है, सिंपल बेयर प्रोविज़न जिसको हम कहते हैं. दैट मीन्स व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैज़ बीन रिटन इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविज़न. रेफरेंस के लिए हमने स्क्रीन शेयर कर दिया है. आगे टेक्निकल डेवलपमेंट्स हो जाएंगे तो वाइट बोर्ड यूज़ किया जाएगा या स्क्रीन को कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश की जाएगी जिससे आपको सुविधा हो सके. यूनिक एस्पेक्ट्स कवर करने के क्रम में हम जो सबसे पहला प्रोविज़न डील करना चाहते हैं आर्टिकल 32 का, वो है क्लास 3. उसका बेयर प्रोविज़न हम एक बार स्क्रीन पे दिखा रहे हैं. The bare provision of class 3 article 32 Constitution of India says that without prejudice to the powers conferred on the Supreme Court by clauses 1 and 2, Parliament may by law empower any other court to exercise within the local limits of its jurisdiction all or any of the powers exercisable by the Supreme Court under class 2. Again, that is the bare provision of class 3 of article 32. In furtherance of this elaboration, which I wish to include here as unique aspects of article 32 is, स्क्रीन पर हमारे 3-4 पॉइंट्स हैं. The first one is historical trace of sources. Historical trace of sources says that the chapter fundamental rights, which is from article 12 to 35 in part 3rd of the Constitution of India, has been taken from the Constitution of United States of America. संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका के संविधान से हमने मौलिक अधिकार नाम के चैप्टर को इंक्लूड किया है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में. बट द स्पेसिफिक थिंग अबाउट इज दैट द प्रोविजन ऑफ रिट एंड नॉमेनक्लेचर एंड प्रोसीजर ऑफ रिट which is enumerated under article 32 of the Constitution of India has been taken from the Constitution of Britain. Yes, we know the Constitution of Britain is uncodified, but our feature of writ has been taken from the Constitution of Britain. Here further, the another unique aspect about Article 32 is it is only right providing procedure and providing mechanism to enforce all other fundamental rights. What does this mean? There is right to equality, there is right to freedom, there is cultural and educational rights. We have 6 categories of fundamental rights in our constitution. Those rights are enumerated in constitution in substantive way, and there has been no procedure provided to implement those rights which are provided before Article 32 to the people of the sovereign. Article 32 enumerating constitutional remedies is the first article which is procedural in nature. By saying procedural in nature means it is enacted to enforce all other fundamental rights. It is evidenced from the clause 1 of Article 32, which says that if one has any problem or infringement case with his fundamental right, through appropriate proceeding he can directly move to Supreme Court. This right to move Supreme Court has been provided by Article 32, and it is known as right to constitutional remedy, and it provides procedure to all other fundamental rights. It means in absence of Article 32, all other rights given in this chapter shall be just piece of paper. So to take those rights into mechanism, we need to have Article 32, and this is the reason that in Constituent Assembly, when the debate was in progress for this Article 32, Dr. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of drafting committee of our constitution, said that this Article 32 is heart and soul of the Constitution of India. Why he said this is the heart and soul of the Constitution of India? It is important to understand. I can give the reasoning behind this is this right to constitutional remedy is available to enforce all other rights enumerated in Part 3rd. If this right won't be available in the same way as it is given in the Constitution, none of the fundamental rights are going to be enforced. So it is providing a mechanical procedure to all other fundamental rights, I said earlier. Another important point when we come to the theorem of constitutional law, the another important point is this India having a constitution is a sovereign state, and the subject of this sovereign state are citizens, and the state is responsible to maintain the rights of the citizens provided by this constitution. This is the main scheme of this democratic and republic setup. The main scheme of this republic and democratic setup called India is maintaining the rights of people by the state through the mechanism provided by the constitution. This is all about the democratic setup and republic setup of the India. This is the one of the duties of the sovereign state. So we are getting here another clue that to uphold the sovereign state, to continue the sovereign state, we need to have a procedure to maintain the rights of people, and Article 32 is key to that process. The another important thing when we talk about democracy or a sovereign state, we are a state what India is. If we talk about the features, the concept of constitutionalism must be practiced in that state, and to practice constitutionalism there must be rule of law in that state. And when the authority is ensuring rule of law, and authority here is Constitution of India, when this Constitution of India is upholding the rule of law or assuring the rule of law, the one of the more important aspects of that rule of law is to maintain the rights of people. And again, maintaining that right of people is coming out from the Constitution, and more particular Article 32, that is constitutional remedies. So this is the second unique aspect of the right to constitutional remedy. The third and very interesting aspect of Article 32 right to constitutional remedies, which I would like to discuss here, is its jurisdiction and jurisdictional scope. Now, what is that jurisdiction and jurisdictional scope is? This Constitution of India has conferred upon the Supreme Court a power to issue writ, directions and orders, which we just noticed from our bare provision of the Constitution of India, that in case of infringement of any of the fundamental rights, one can approach directly to the Supreme Court through appropriate proceeding by exercising his or her right to constitutional remedies given under Article 32. This is what the Class 1 and Class 2 has provided under Article 32. But the jurisdictional scope is seen from Class 3 of the Article 32, and Class 3 says that Parliament is empowered to confer the jurisdiction to issue writ for maintaining the rights to any other court other than the Supreme Court, without prejudice to the powers conferred under Class 1 and Class 2 of Article 32. That means आर्टिकल 32 के क्लास 1 और क्लास 2 में सुप्रीम कोर्ट को जो पावर्स दिए गए हैं, उनको बिना कंप्रोमाइज किए हुए, उनको बिना डेरोगेट किए हुए पार्लियामेंट को ये पावर दी गई है आर्टिकल 32 क्लास 3 में कि वो किसी अदर कोर्ट को भी ये रिट्स को इश्यू करने का पावर दे सकता है. एक बहुत नेचुरल क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर आता है कि वो अदर कोर्ट जो है वो कौन सी कोर्ट है? क्या वो हाई कोर्ट है? डेफिनेटली नॉट. इट कैन नॉट बी हाई कोर्ट बिकॉज हाई कोर्ट हैज बीन कन्फर्ड अपॉन द सिमिलर पावर अंडर आर्टिकल 2 to 6. एवरीबडी नोज इट. So this scope of probable jurisdiction, which is there in class 3 of article 32, can be utilized on those tribunals which are subject specific tribunals, like National Green Tribunal, National Company Law Tribunal, or maybe similar institutions. Why I am not referring to the district courts? That district courts can be conferred by Parliament the similar powers. Why I am not saying this? Why I am saying National Green Tribunal, which is not even a full court, it is a tribunal, and there is a difference between tribunal and court. So why I am saying that the powers to issue writ for maintaining the rights of people under Article 32 can be conferred upon some tribunals by converting them into court, but not on district courts. Why? Because the writ can be issued by conventionally, because the model of writ we have drawn from England, and what there is in English law, that writ can be issued by the court, which can punish the parties for their own contempt, if any. Meaning thereby, in general, we have a general understanding that every court can punish for its contempt. But why I am specifically referring? Because the Supreme Court and High Court in India can punish for its contempt by their own. The punishment and the procedure for contempt need not be enacted in form of legislation by Parliament for Supreme Court and High Court. But in case of lower courts, that is district court and subdivision courts, there is a contempt court of contempt act, and those courts, district courts, can punish for its contempt as according to the contempt of court act only. But Supreme Court and High Court is not bound by the provisions of contempt of court act. They can punish for their own contempt in their own way. And this is the feature of court of record. There is a concept of court of record. Court of record has two features. One, that it can punish for its contempt and should not be bound by any legislation as similar to that of district court. And another, its judgment should be kept as record to be followed by subordinate courts, which is relating to the doctrine of stare decisis. The previous judgment is binding on all other courts subordinate to that court. So these two features, which is of court of record, must be there in the court which is empowered to issue writ for ensuring the rights of people. Simply, I mean to say that the court which can be conferred the powers under class 3 of Article 32 must be a court of record, so as it is found in the conventions from English law. And district courts cannot be made court of record. Court of record can be a national forum or a bigger and higher forum, or in a general sense it must be a higher court. And so I am saying that the term which is referred in term other court, which is referred in class 3 of Article 32, cannot be used for district court. Rather, it can be used for some tribunals by changing their main feature. This concept was also once upon a time in discussion in law commissions, some of the reports, where tribunalization was to be converted to the court. However, this idea could not be accepted at that time. I mean to say that the scope of jurisdiction is too wide as given in clause 3 of the Article 32 Constitution of India. This is all about is unique aspects of Article 32 right to constitutional remedies. Two more points I would add, and then I would conclude. The screen is here before you, which must be there. In case of Ashik Hussain Faktu versus Union of India, it is a 2016 judgment by Supreme Court. It was said by Supreme Court that the Article 32 is based on doctrine of ex debito justitiae, meaning thereby a debt that the justice delivery system owes to a litigant to correct an error in judicial dispensation. That means जुडिशियल सिस्टम की भी कोई लाइबिलिटी होती है लिटिगेंट के प्रति, और उस बेसिक लाइबिलिटी से कोर्ट मुकर नहीं सकती है, तो उसको इंश्योर करने का जो स्वरूप है वो आर्टिकल 32 में आपको दिखता है. और कियोता होलोन वर्सेस जचीलू इज वन ऑफ द celebrated judgments of the Supreme Court, has upheld that this Article 32 belongs to the basic feature of the Constitution and cannot be amended. इसका मतलब ये भी है कि आर्टिकल 32 बियॉन्ड अमेंडमेंट है. आर्टिकल 32 को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट का एक्ट ला करके चेंज नहीं कर सकते हम. ये कियोता होलोन वर्सेस जचीलू celebrated case में कहा गया है. Another last point I would like to add, that in the very first line of the clause 1 of article 32, the last word can be seen that guaranteed. This word has been used nowhere in the part 3rd of the Constitution of India enumerating fundamental rights. It is only used in clause 1 of article 32. It means this is the procedure to enforce all other rights, all other fundamental rights, and if this procedure will be guaranteed, the all other rights shall automatically be guaranteed. This is what the technical language of the Constitution of India is. It means this word guaranteed is making this article substantive. However, earlier we discussed that it is procedural in nature. It means all other rights are purely substantive, and this article is substantive as well as procedural. If it is guaranteed, it is substantial, and if it is providing a procedure, a mechanism to enforce the right, it will be procedural. So to conclude, the three major unique aspects of Article 32 right to constitutional remedies, which I covered here, is the first one is that the right conferred in this article is procedural in nature. The second aspect, that its jurisdictional scope is too high. The powers to issue writs for the purpose of this article can be conferred upon by Parliament through on some other courts as well. This doctrine is backed by this Article 32 is backed by doctrine of ex debito justitiae, the Ashik Hussain Faktu judgment. This article is part of basic structure and beyond amendability is the part of Kiyota Holon judgment, and the word guaranteed making this article and this right substantive in nature, and therefore it becomes substantive as well as procedural, and therefore we can say that we have also covered some explanation pertaining to the feature of the state, where I cited that it is to provide the rights to the people of this state, which ensures the rule of law, which ensures the democratic setup, which ensures the republican order in this country, in this state. So on basis of these all unique aspects of Article 32, which is right to constitutional remedy, I can say, I can even iterate the words of Dr. Ambedkar, the constitution maker of India, that yes, Article 32, right to constitutional remedies, is heart and soul of the Constitution of India. Of course, you must ask questions. It is your chance now. And thank you very much for listening me. Thanks.